Hello, good fans of mending, Jules repairs, whatnot. It's springtime again here in Finland, and what a glorious time to take a closer look once again to the bicycle maintenance. Today we are going to examine a little bit here on the ball bearings, here on the bicycle wheel. Now I know that this is only just a trailer of a bicycle, but bear with me. Bear with me anyway, because the bearings should be rather similar here, because this is just basically a bicycle wheel. And now you can see that, and here, there is a gap. The wheel moves about in this way. I can turn it a little bit around so you can see better. It's quite bad actually. So what to do? Do I discard all of this? Throw it away? I don't think so. That's not the repairing Jules' way. They're gonna pop it off and move into the table. Then we just gently roll this, just roll it open. Make sure that you put everything in order so you can assemble it later. Here you go, this is axle. Put it there, and then we take these open here. Now obviously you can just, when you feel this, you can adjust here. Knife wrench. Adjust this gap in here via tightening these. You can feel the gap disappearing when you tighten them. We're gonna get back to this later obviously, but now it's loose, yes. But anyway, we are gonna be more thorough with this now, because this is very old trailer and I got it free from I don't even remember, some Facebook group or something. So we are gonna take these open. Let's take a look inside what we can find from there. Now these nuts here are obviously, and they hold. Let's put them there in order so I can put them back. These actually are the ones you might want to take a closer look. This after the tightening nuts, because these hold. Let me show you a little bit. As you can see, this has got this sort of like curve. So when you put it back together, the ball bearing balls which are in there, they find their place in there, and then when you tighten this, it tightens them up there and keeps them in check. Now we can take this actual axle off. Now all the balls seem to come out. There's absolutely no grease in here. Fuck. Let's just try this. One ball, 2, 3. So I won't mess about. And there we go. Absolutely no lubricant at all. Now, as we can see here, some of the balls already came out. We are gonna take the rest of them out as well. This was actually rather nice, easy one to pick them off, because the entrance is rather very open. You can just take them off with your finger like that. Keep them. Oh no, that one went in. Have to get it out. Come on, dude. no worries. I've got just the thing. This is good thing about being professional mending dude. You always got the right tool for the job. And there we go. Actually, this is not the right tool for the job. Shh. There we go. Now we have got it disassembled. We are going to get some tissues, some paper or some canvas or whatnot, and we are gonna clean everything properly. There we go. Paper. Let's start with these ball bearing balls. These are actually the parts in your bicycle which take all the brunt from the wheel, from the ground actually, to the wheel. And it's surprising how very small and gentle they are. They are just tiny, tiny balls. Just, you might want to clean them actually with some steam or chemicals or whatnot, because you might want to get all the debris out of them. Never mind the grease, but the tiny metal flakes embedded into the grease, that's the crucial thing to get out, because that's just grinding paste. Way of cleaning the axle here. Just get it clean, and you can check here the sides, how badly they are worn, because these are most likely to be worn, and also these balls. If there's a crack or chip missing, you wanna replace it then. But this looks rather okay. It's fine. Actually, yes, we're gonna take another piece of paper and turn our attention to the other balls. Surprisingly little giggle here. We're talking about balls, of course. Yes, you rub them good. I think they are good enough. Yes, indeed they are. Let's count actually. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10 little balls on either side. Actually did this on my bicycle a little while back, but I forgot to film it for you, so now I'm gonna do this on this trailer. I'm not sure I'm ever gonna use the trailer, but if I do, then it's good to go. Now we are going to clean, of course, the housing in the wheel itself. So we get most of the metal flakes at least out. We should get something through the hole, the actual hole here in the middle. But I think because there's a problem, because this housing, obviously the hole is smaller here, and then it opens a little bit into the cavity area there in the middle, but it looks rather okay inside there, so let's not go in there. It's a silly place. Now, other side. There's a rough metal edge there, and the paper just gets stuck there. I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. Actually, there's not much I can do about it. Let's just try to take it off, most of it at least. But it doesn't matter, because the paper is soft and the metal is strong and hard. Balls of steel. What do you think of that? Now we are going to find some grease. Those were actually on this other side and these were on that side. So let's switch them all right like that. So they can find their rightful place in the midst of all this. Anyway, some Vaseline. Yes, indeed, this is the substance you actually don't wanna save your money on, because this will remain in here for quite a while and it should lubricate it for years. Now the interesting and good thing about this Vaseline is that when you fill this cavity here nice and thoroughly, then you can use the stick which has got Vaseline on its end, poke them, and you will get balls stick into the Vaseline. What do you know? Then you can just place them right where you want them to be. Fuck. Sorry. Strong language. No, don't you dare. Ah, beer belly to the rescue. One at a time then. One at a time. And then whilst you place them here, you might wanna also take a look that it looks as though if they are all in. Because at some point in my childhood I used to have a bicycle and I knew nothing about this bicycle maintenance business. These balls actually fell off from the center here. Now it does look rather alarmingly so that there isn't all in. Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. That figures. There's one. There's still one more missing. Oh, there it is. Yes. Now I did make a mistake here, because obviously you might wanna lubricate both sides before you put the bearings in, because now there's a high chance that the balls on the other side will fall before I get the axle in place. You might want to use a little brush here actually to get the Vaseline in place, but I use this clean stick. This is actually old chopstick you used to eat sushi and noodles and sort of oriental stuff. Anyway, back to the business at hand. Now we have lubricated this side. We are going to place the bearings. I'm just gonna hasten this a little bit, so I'm gonna just push them into the place. The grease will actually move them about. Looks, yes. Brilliant. Brilliant, I tell you. There's quite a lot of grease. I'm thinking, should I put more grease in the axle, but I suppose I don't have to, because there's so much. Now I forgot which way this went, but it's okay because it should be identical. This is actually very nerve-wracking because you can push the bearings with this axle, but I didn't because I'm a professional. Then just roll this on. We should feel the difference right away, actually. Now, as you can see, before it has got a huge gap. Now there's just minor gap if you take it very loose. feel it. But then when you turn it slightly on, you should open this one as well so you can adjust both sides. It would be more accurate, but since this is stuck, I'm not gonna bother. It's just good. Now, way to adjust your ball bearings in your bicycle, it's fairly simple. Let's just pop that a little bit on there. Actually, no, it's easier to adjust. You turn it until you feel no cap in this axle. There's no plane. And then you roll it. If you feel little resistance here on the axle as the wheel rolls, then it's too tight. A little bit open. Check the gap. There's tiny gap here. But it rolls better. Now, obviously, if you leave the gap so that the wheel can wobble like this, it will of course increase wear and tear in these ball bearings. And so would if you tighten it too tight, you can feel the resistance. It's harder to drag the wheel, of course. It creates the drag, and it also increases the wear and tear of the bearings. So it is important with this. But now I feel no gap, and there's a slight resistance I can feel on the axle. But as the grease lubricates the bearings and the housings more thoroughly, then I suppose the small resistance will fade. So there. That should be about right. Yes, as you can see, the wheel turns rather easily. There's a little bit of tiny resistance in the 1 or 2 bits, but it may be due to the wear of the housing or the ball bearings. Little resistance, but I think I have to accept that this is old wheel. You can never get it to roll perfectly because there's some wear and tear already on it. As good as new. Now obviously these nuts here, they don't do anything else than keep this adjustment screws in their right placing, so they don't have to be that tight. Actually that will do. Yes, it will do. Nicely so. Anyway, let's pop it back on the axle, like so, and then just tighten this on this other side here. There you go, beautifully rolls. Now just let's pop it in place. And this is very straightforward with this. Well, you have got these speed locker things in the modern bicycle wheels, so it's pretty straightforward. Just pop it there and adjust this properly. It also secures those nuts in place so they won't turn loose and you won't have any trouble. Now we check. Perhaps a little gap, but the roll resistance is fairly minimum. I'm pleased with myself. Tiny little gap, so perhaps I just adjusted a little bit tighter these. If I can turn them here. You can also tighten this a little bit, but it won't do that much good. But what do you know? The gap disappeared. And the roll resistance is Still minimum. There you go then. Now you know how to maintain your own bicycle's ball bearings. No need to throw your bicycles away ever, really. Just keep it working. Have a nice summer and spring and autumn and whatnot. Bye bye.